Hello, everybody. Today, let me speak English first for you guys, and then Vietnamese second. um, Today, I'm going to talk about taking refuges in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, so you guys understand the basic. So today we gather here not by chance, but through deep karmic connections and conditions that have brought us together on this meaningful occasion. Many of us at some point in life ask, how can I live in peace? How can I end suffering? Is there a deeper purpose in this life? In the Buddha's teachings, the first step is to find a true answer to these questions. And that is to take refuge in the triple gems, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And I will go over each one of them in a second. This is the gateway to the Buddhist path, the beginning of living with awareness, compassion, and wisdom. And why do we take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha? For all of us, we humans seek a safe place, right? A source of protection, we seek peace. But we often take refuge in money, right? We take money in career, we take refuge in relationships, we take refuge in belief, we take refuge in traditions. But eventually we discover that all of those things are impermanent. That means they change over time, right? They arise and they pass away. So they cannot truly protect us from old age, right? Money cannot protect you from old age. Money cannot protect you from sickness. You can go to the doctor, but then you be better, right? And then you work, and then you get sick again. So money doesn't protect you from old age, sickness, or death. You can have billions of dollars, but you still die, right? So it's not protecting. Or deep inner suffering, right? So taking refuge in triple gems, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, means returning to something stable and timeless. It's like a weary traveler get caught in a storm, finding a solid shelter. The Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha are the shelter for our heart and our mind. We take refuge because we're tired of suffering, right? We take refuge because we long for a life of deeper meaning. We take refuge because we're ready to transform ourselves through understanding and practice. So this is not a blind belief. The Buddha said, come and see. Come and see, right? So he invites us not to believe blindly, but to investigate, to apply, and to experience the truth for ourselves. So why should we take refuge, right? So I just say all of that. Buddha is the awakened one who shows us the way. Dharma is the teaching of the Buddha. And Sangha is the noble community of Buddhist monks and nuns and all the practitioners that can help us moving along the right path. So taking refuge is not outside, it's returning to our inner peace, right? When we decide to live by truth, compassion, wisdom, instead of clinging to illusions. So, like I kind of give you analogy earlier, when imagine you lost in a forest, right? A dense forest, and you confused, you exhausted, you scared. Then there's a person holding a lamp appears in front of you and say, I got here, I once got lost here too, but I found the path out. So let me show you the path out, right? So the person who said that is the Buddha, okay? The person who hold the lamp is the Buddha. And the path that you follow him is the Dharma, the teaching, the teaching that we practice, right? And the travelers who get lost in the jungle, walking together outside to leave the forest is the Sangha. So I'm the Sangha, you're the Sangha, together. We're all Sangha, we're all lost. Yeah. We need the path out. So we walk together, right? Follow the Buddha, follow the teaching. So that's why triple gem, right? Take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and then the Sangha, everybody. In the, because we practice together, right? We support each other. So if that person refuse to get help, right, and wander along in the forest, their suffering continue. They continue to get lost because it's thick, dense forest. They don't know how to get out. So, but if they trust the person who holds the lamp and say, I have been lost like you, but now I found a way out. Can you follow me and I take you out? Right? So if we just trust, follow, and walk the path, then one day we will be free, right? Out of the forest, out of the sufferings. So when we say, I go to Buddha for refuge, I go to the Dharma for refuge, I go to the Sangha for refuge, we are not converting or abandoning our culture, right? We are choosing to live with awakening and not delusion. So you can be, there was a couple who are in Hinduism, right? The tradition of the Hindu, your background may be Christianity, right? But you don't have to abandon your religion, your culture, because you're choosing to take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, meaning you're taking refuge to choosing a life to live a mind of awakening, a mind of peace, and not delusion. Yeah. That's simply all, right? So it means now we have direction, not go aimlessly. We don't know where to go. We have direction, meaning we know what to do, where to go, right? We have a path. We have a path, not just belief. And we have companions, everybody, right? Not by ourselves. We walk together, right? So, just like someone's, set sail across the ocean, need captain, right? Need a map and need a crew, right? Crew members. So we too need guidance, right? We need a clear path, like a map. We need to have a map, a clear path. And we have noble friends to support us. So what is taking in Buddha means? The Buddha is called the awakened one. Buddha is not a god. Buddha is not a divine being. He was a human who lived, who fully awakened by his wisdom. He can conquer greed, hatred, and delusion. So he's our guide. He's our teacher. He's our inspiration, right? So we don't worship him, the Buddha. We just follow him as a teacher. Like just like you go to school and you have teacher at school. That's it. You're not worshiping your teacher. Your teacher to teach you, and then you learn from your teacher to go out in the world and live, right? And you don't do anything to the worship or anything to the teacher. You just listen, right? And practice the skill. So taking refuge in Buddha means we trust that awakening is possible, and for him and for everybody else, and for us also, for ourselves. We do not worship him as savior. Please Buddha, come and help me, I'm suffering. He cannot come here and help. He not here, he gone. Even though he's here, just like me, you can come to me and ask, oh, Mr. Master Tree, can you help me? I'm so suffering. I cannot do anything. I can only teach you, right? I cannot give you magic like voila, and then your suffering go away. No. But you come here, you listen to my teaching. That's I can do. I can give you teaching, but you go home, you listen and you practice. Then you become better, right? You become more positive. You become more peaceful. No more stress, right? That's your own. That's not me. I'm just give you instruction. You go home and you do it. Kind of like if you want to make pizza, I can teach you how to make pizza. I give you recipe. But if you go home, you don't cook, no pizza, right? So no pizza, no eating, right? So you have to go home and practice. You have to go home and do it, right? I'm only here to teach. Same thing with the Buddha. You come here, even if you're alive, you come here, he teach you. He not magic, give you magic and say, oh, your life done, good, go back and you'll be fine. No. You have to practice. He only gives you teaching. So he's not savior. He not savior. He's a teacher, right? He's just a teacher. So we follow him, his example. We walk his path, and we believe in our own potential to be awakened. Buddha can awake. We can awake as well. So I go to the Buddha for refuge, mean the teacher who showed me the way for freedom, right? So that's one. Number two, Dharma. Dharma is the path of truth, right? Dharma is the Buddha teachings. So you come here, you listen to me. I learn from the Buddha teaching in the text, and I give back to you. So you learn from the text. That's called Dharma, right? The path that leads to the end of suffering. This is not just words or belief. It is a living practice. For example, right understanding, right? Right speech, right action, right mindfulness, meditation, compassion, and wisdom. All of that is living practice. You don't just believe in words or any kind of belief. It's the practice that you can go home and do it. Just like we do meditation for an hour and a half. That's practice, right? And then when you go home, you practice your right speech. You talk kind, right? You don't curse. You don't say bad words. You don't say mean things to other people. That's practice, right? Your thoughts, always positive. That's practice. Don't let negative thoughts in your mind, right? You change. Thoughts can come and go. So positive thought go and a negative thought go. It's come and go. But you choose not to let the negative affect you. You stay positive. Okay? So that's practice. That's required practice. That's called Dharma. And so Dharma shows us how to understand ourselves, purify our heart and mind, and live with clarity and peace. So it is like medicine for the sick. right? Or a map if you're lost, let's say in the jungle or at the sea. So I go to the Dharma for refuge, means I go to the path that leads to the awakening. Okay, so that's number two. Number three, taking refuge in Sangha. Sangha is the noble community. Sangha is the community of those who live and practice the Dharma. So that's called Sangha. I practice meditation, Dharma. You come here, you practice meditation, Dharma. So we're Sangha. We're together. So, for monks, nuns, and lay Buddhists, whoever practice the Buddha teaching, we call that Sangha. And we take refuge in the Sangha because we need spiritual friends, right? We cannot just practice by ourselves. Sometimes we get lost, nobody support us. Yeah. Sometimes you need to ask questions. And if you stay by yourself, you don't know how to resolve that issue. You can come here to the temple, talk to the monk or nuns, and they can help you clarify the Buddha teaching or the path, right? So we're the people who support, the Sangha is the people who support us, guide us, and walk with us when we get to the road, when the road get hard, right? So Sangha is our mirror, remind that we are not alone. So I go to Sangha for refuge, which is the community that support my awakening. So Buddha is the person who awakened, Dharma is the path to that awakening, and Sangha is the community that support you to walk that path to the awakening. So all of that are important, all three. So to take refuge in Triple Gem is not a ritual. It is a deeper inner commitment, kind of like a declaration of a direction. Like from now on, I choose to live with wisdom. From now on, I choose to live with compassion. From now on, I choose to live with mindfulness, right? I choose freedom over ignorance. I choose peace over conflicts. I choose truth over illusion. So you promise to yourself, from now on, I will do that. That means you take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Okay, so taking refuge in Triple Gem means that, right? So it's not a ritual, it's a commitment to ourselves, right? When we recite the word refuge, we're planting a powerful seed in our heart, right? I go to the Buddha for refuge, I go to the Dharma for refuge, I go to the Sangha for refuge. We're planting our seeds in wisdom, compassion, mindfulness, freedom, peace, and the truth. Some people also say, oh, I took refuge a long time ago, right? You guys knew, you haven't taken refuge yet, but maybe some of the people, they take refuge, they say, oh, I took refuge a long time ago. But if we look deeper, do we still go to the fortune teller and predict about the future? I don't know, in Venezuela, you have fortune teller? Yeah, I know in Mexico, I think they have fortune teller. You go there and they tell you the future, what does future look like? Yeah. So, do we fear spirits, pray for blessing, or unknown gods, right? Do we break the 5 precepts without shame? Okay. For those people who say, I already take refuge, but kind of reflect back. So taking refuge is not just a ceremony, it's a deep inner transformation. A true refuge means no longer seeking peace in the wrong place. We're not going to the fortune teller to seek peace. We're not going to pray a blessing from an unknown God, right? And then trusting that freedom is possible through our practice, right? Take a true refuge means living by truth, not delusion, right? If we go to pray for somebody, God, whatever, we don't know, and then that's called delusion. But we want to live by the truth, not by illusion, right? By false. We choose freedom over ignorance. So kind of like a seed that you plant in a fertile soil. If we water it every day with mindfulness, precepts, and wisdom, one day the fruit will come out. So right now, you just come and practice. One day, the fruit in your mind, right? You will feel at peace and liberate. So the benefit of taking refuge in the triple gems, you gain true spiritual foundation that not collapse when life changes. Maybe you lost your job, life change. You lost somebody that you love, life change. But your spiritual foundation stay the same, right? You can lose everything else, but you cannot lose yourself, right? Your spiritual. You connect the lineage of awakening beings followed by the noble path. You create strong karmic condition for wisdom and rebirth in good realms. You become a light to yourself and other people. You stop being pulled by superstition or blind faith. You walk with clarity, right? So we understand that human life is rare and fragile, right? People, the flooding in Kerrville, Texas. Only there's people who go to the camp, right? And suddenly the floods come out, and then I think that 24 people dead already, right? In Kerrville, Texas, down in south of Austin. And so life is fragile, right? And we don't know what happened tomorrow, right? But if today you hear about the Buddha, you hear about the Dharma, you hear about the Sangha, this is rare and precious moment, right? Think about, we have 8 billion people on this planet. How many of those know Buddhism? In Venezuela, a lot of people, how many know Buddhism?
A lot. They don't know.
No, a lot don't know. Majority just believe in other religion, right? Catholic.
Yeah.
But no Buddhism.
Buddha is a few.
Only few,
Yes.
right? So rare. That means rare. So if you have not yet taken refuge, so take this step, right? If you already have taken refuge, continue to live it with the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Live deeply and sincerely. So the Buddha found the way. He left us the path. We now hold the map in our hands. If we don't walk, suffering continue. If we walk it step by step, we will move forward toward freedom. So take refuge not to become Buddhist by name, but to become free in your heart, right? So I hope that you guys consider taking refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change your culture.
Yeah.
You can still live with your Hispanic culture. It doesn't change. It's only change your mind to more wisdom, your heart to be more peace, and your pathway more clear, and you live by the truth, and that's it. Yeah, and basically, and if you do that, it will change your mind, your life in a positive way, right? So now I'm gonna go back and teach the Vietnamese for a little bit.
Nãy giờ thầy nói cho con hiểu
Ở vậy hả?
Dạ hiểu hết rồi.
Ok, thôi vậy chúng ta ngưng ở đây ha.
So we, thank you.